Today I will be reacting to MrBeast's $1 to $10,000 Feastables commercials. But there's a catch. I will be rating it from 1 to 10 on creativity, marketing, and pricing. And just to make things fair, so there is no bias in this rating system, I am looking at this from an angle of a consumer who has never heard of MrBeast. Because even though MrBeast is one of the most popular YouTubers on the platform, there is a good majority of people who has never heard of the guy. I will also be rating on the very definition of what a commercial implies. But before we start with this video, I need to take a sip from my stress tea. It actually is quite lovely. It's some sort of blueberry sage tea that relieves stress. Because we all know I am gonna be under fire for this. I'm gonna be making so many people mad.
Starting with this $1 commercial.
Okay.
It's just a person moving it.
They're filming their computer monitor.
This is clearly a joke. What is that?
Why wouldn't you just record on your screen?
This is probably their way of saying screw you for only paying $1.
Yeah, I can't imagine anybody would give you any care for $1.
I mean, to be honest, for $1, this is actually a lot of effort. Oh, it's over.
Well, this commercial was more of a poster than rather a actual commercial. So let's take a look of the ratings. Creativity-wise, I will give it, let's say a 4. The only reason why I'm giving it a 4 is because at least they produced something. Marketing, I have to give it a 1. Pricing, however, I gotta give it a 10, and this is exactly what I would expect for paying $1 on a commercial. Therefore, the $1 commercial's total is 15 points out of 30.
That sucked.
Now, let's jump over to the $50 commercial.
Now it's gonna get better.
Well, as long as they don't start drawing it. What is this?
At least they're not recording with a phone this time, though.
But there's no music.
What do you want from these people? $50.
At what price point do we get sound with our commercial?
It's getting better.
Well, it ended abruptly, okay.
Didn't really get to look at it, did we?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? $50 for a Procreate video of a speed drawing. It literally doesn't even look like the actual product. What, is this your creativity at its finest? I mean, the least you could do is make the line straight. That is actually a feature in Procreate. I know this might seem harsh, but MrBeast spent $50 on this commercial and you can't even do it in a software. Heck, just use CapCut if you got to. In my own opinion, this to me is a scam. Okay, let's see. I gotta give it a 3 on creativity. I know that is a point less from the last commercial, but at least the last commercial actually had the real candy bar as an image in it. And this is a drawing and it doesn't even match the actual product. Now, as for marketing, I will be generous and give it a 2, because at least it's an exported video from Procreate and not filmed on their phone through another device. So that's a 2 for me. As for the price, however, this to me is not $50 worth. They could have just made a cheap short, which would only have been 30 seconds long, with the candy bar in it. Heck, I did a video last week reacting to Feastables, and that to me was more of a commercial than whatever this is. And I did that for free. So I gotta give it a, well, I'll be generous and give it a 5. The only reason being is that I believe that this commercial is worth $25, so it gets half the points. That gives this $50 commercial 10 points out of 30, meaning that the $1 commercial is currently in the lead.
Does.
Matthew, no junk food. We need to start eating better.
Okay, wow. I can definitely see the production value has gone up based on the backgrounds of this video alone, because I can tell that it's all homemade. They must have put the entire budget of $100 into this video because, wow, it is very detailed.
Who made this?
So just follow me and I'll lead you right to the healthier snacks.
What is going on?
This makes me really uncomfortable, and I don't know why.
I love this.
I'm in pain.
I love it.
Way too many words.
I haven't listened to anything they've said.
What are you doing in the candy section? Looking at candy.
Get to the point!
Just look at these. Sea salt, these nuts.
These aren't even the new ones!
The whole point of the commercial is our new bars.
You
Wow. Okay, yeah, now I see what's going on. I take back every compliment that I gave this commercial so far. Because this video is also a scam. How do I know this? Because it's clear to me that they posted this video on YouTube a while back. That is why it's featuring the old Feastables bars. All they did was receive the money from this commission from MrBeast, took it, ran with it, and all they did was take a video that they already made and put their new Feastables bars on top of it. So all they did was recycle a video. That is one of the cheapest things that you can do. So instead of making a whole brand new video, they just submitted something that they already did. Creativity-wise, I am going to give it a 2. Even though I complimented it at the beginning of this commercial, they clearly reused a project that they already did based on them putting the old MrBeast bars in it, which is just cheap and lazy in my opinion. Marketing-wise, however, I'll be generous and give it a 3. Because I do believe that it's better than the past 2 commercials, as in it has sound and audio in it. The price, however, I will give it a 4, because like I said, they clearly used an old commercial that they did for the old Feastables bars when they first was released. And all they did was reuse footage, which is, again, cheap and lame. Which is so funny to me, they could have just made a new commercial, just refilmed the ending, given if they have the puppets and the backgrounds still exist. I just don't understand the logic. That means this $100 commercial is getting a 9 out of 30. Meaning, weirdly enough, the $1 commercial is still in the lead.
Let's see the $500 one.
Feastables. Don't mind if I do.
Oh, I'm down. I love it.
Ooh. That was a cool effect.
I like that. Ooh, the hand.
This is the best thing that's ever been created.
That one?
That's pretty.
Okay, not gonna lie. That was actually quite funny. And this, I actually do see being a commercial. At least on, like, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network or something. Now, do I think that a lot of adults, such as Gen Xers or Boomers, would watch it? That goes without saying. I am not that demographic. However, I do think this is a well-made commercial and it does fit those guidelines. My only critique is that it really didn't explain anything about the product in which it is selling. Again, I am viewing this from the eyes of a consumer who has never heard of MrBeast. And if I were to see this commercial, I would think that it's cute, funny even, but it really doesn't explain anything about the product. But I will say that it would pique my curiosity if I was a new consumer. Creativity-wise, I would give it an 8. I personally have to respect that it is animated, which is not easy to do in the slightest. Marketing-wise, I would give it a 6. It does pique your curiosity when you see this. Price-wise, however, well, reminding myself by how long the commercial is. I would price this, give it a score of 6.5. You know what? Scratch that. Let's just round it up to 7. My only grievance is that it really didn't go into depth about the product. In conclusion, the $500 commercial will receive the score of 21 out of 30, therefore making it rise up to first place. Here is the second $500 commercial, but I, in goodwill, cannot classify it as a commercial. Don't get me wrong, the jingle is perfection. I actually quite enjoy it, and I'm sad to say that a jingle is not a commercial. Therefore, creativity-wise, I will give it a solid 8. And the only reason why I'm doing so is that jingles, songs, are not that easy to create. Marketing-wise, I'm gonna give it a 5, just because it's half of a commercial. As for the price, however, I'm gonna give it a solid 6. Just because, again, this is only a jingle and not actually a commercial. Plus, his background is all cluttered and very much messes up the sight of the eye. Your eyes just dart all over the place. You almost miss the Feastable containers in the video because you're looking at everything else. And that's not just me saying this. Both Carl, Chris, and MrBeast himself keep on pointing out all the junk behind him. Therefore, this commercial is getting a 19 out of 30, moving it up to second place.
MrBeast asked us to make a commercial for Feastables. The budget was $500.
We made Feastable s'mores instead.
What? So what? Did they just take the money and run too?
Best decision ever. We also made this.
Flashbacks! No! Ah! Oh, God. I know my reaction might seem bizarre, but have you guys ever heard of Little Baby's ice cream?
There's good reason for my glistening skin, and how I shine, and how my pores are so clean and clear.
Every time I see a humanoid creature covered in some sort of goo, I don't know why, but it keeps on reminding me of that.
Ooh, this is really good.
This is the first actual real commercial so far. Thanks for the chocolate, Feastables.
Let's just move on to the rating, shall we? Creativity-wise, I am going to have to give it a 6, just because it scared me half to death. Marketing-wise, however, I'm going to have to give it a 6. Although it has good shots, it really doesn't explain anything about the product. This is a new product, fairly new. It's not like Hershey's or Mars or whatever. It's a new product, and it tells me nothing about it or why me as a consumer should buy it. Pricing-wise, I'm gonna have to give it a 6. Therefore, the final score is 18 out of 30. I do have to say, with all these commercials that MrBeast commissioned, I am not really impressed so far. For instance, like I previously stated, I released a short last week. I am reacting to MrBeast's Feastables. If you're wondering why the wrapper's open, it's because it's too dang good to resist. That's not product placement, it's a good candy bar. Chocolate like this makes me happy. You know, I will say this. Out of all the reviews that I've seen of Feastables, no one ever talks about the ingredients on the back of the package and why it's a worthwhile buy. It contains milk chocolate, sugar, whole milk, cocoa butter, unsweetened chocolate, soy, natural vanilla extract, and almond. And almonds are the best flavor, by the way. I will stand my ground on that. But when you compare these to other products, say like a Hershey, this has real ingredients, which gives it such a rich flavor that explodes in your mouth. That is why it's a worthwhile buy. I also very much love chocolate, so can't complain. I only bring this up, not to say, look at me, I did it better. I'm just giving an example of what I particularly, if I was a consumer, would be looking in this product. So far, I haven't seen anybody give me a reason as to why I would want to buy this product. I don't know, maybe I'm just old-fashioned. I'm just looking for a reason as to why I would want to buy this product.
$150 commercial turned out.
Beast anime!
Cool. This is so cool.
Oh!
Yeah, that's really cool.
This is awesome. Alright, I'll say it.
Who's gonna say it?
I'll say it.
It was a little short.
This was a very short commercial. He is absolutely right in saying this. For $750, I would expect it to be a little much longer. And here's the thing. I know animation takes quite a long time to do. But from what I've seen, there was no talking, not a lot of movement. I can't imagine this particular animation taking that long. They could have made the end scene a little longer. There are softwares out there that will allow you to do so and make something extraordinary. Creativity-wise, however, I'm gonna give it a 7. Just because it was animated, and I know that's not necessarily easy. Marketing-wise, however, I'm gonna have to give it a 6. It really doesn't explain anything about the product. All it is a short animation of Jimmy throwing a candy bar in the air. Pricing wise, however, I'm gonna have to give it another 6. Like I said, I know animation is not easy or anything, but I've seen more complicated animations than this. And again, it wasn't like there was no talking, no mouth movement, no walking as in legs. I mean, it was very clear-cut animation. So, 6 is gonna have to do it for me. Therefore, this commercial gets a 19 out of 30 from me, tying it with the Jingle commercial.
It's so good.
This is really uncomfortable. I don't think we should put this on TV.
This is a commercial.
Nothing makes me want to buy chocolate like rats eating it.
Well, there's really nothing to that commercial. I'm confused on why it's $750. I guess it's pricing for the puppets in the backgrounds. But I would expect a little bit more from this, but what do I know? Creativity-wise, I'm gonna give it a 6. Just because I know there could have been something more to it, instead of just a generic scene, because there was not really a story. Marketing-wise, I'm gonna have to give it a 4. Like Chris said, why would you want rats sponsoring your brand? Price, however, I will bump it up to a 7, because I do believe that it was fairly priced in the puppet making. It just needs help with the script. Therefore, this commercial gets a 17 out of 30 from me.
Dropping Bowies. The zoom in. Oh,
Tariq would nerd out about this.
Tariq's like, alright, this is the best one yet.
oh, that was sweet.
I'm sorry, but I'm not kissing somebody the second they eat chocolate.
Oh, they bought a jersey. High effort.
Oh no, he's out of Feastables.
If you want,
I don't understand why, but for some odd reason, this commercial reminds me of a lot of earbud commercials for some reason. I'm gonna have to give this commercial a 5, because it lacks creativity. All it is people walking around. I personally think that it's very forgettable. Marketing-wise, I'm gonna give it a 6. Again, I just find it very forgettable. For pricing, however, I am going to give it a 7, just because there was a lot of actors and actresses in it, and I know they needed to get some of that pie. This scores it an 18 out of 30.
$2,000. Now we're starting to get to the beefy price point.
I thought it was chocolate, not beef.
My bad.
Whoa, it's a film set.
That looks cool.
Ooh, I like this song.
Oh, this is a meta commercial. The whole point is shooting a commercial about shooting a commercial.
I mean, they make the product look good. There we go. That's a cool. Oh,
Whoa.
oh, it fell. Haha, quirky. Oh, this is still going.
I mean, you paid a lot of money.
I did pay $2,000, so.
3, 2, 1.
Why was that funny, dude?
They just poured milk on it.
Nice.
Oh, that was the ending.
This one I'm not even mad about. I think this is actually the closest thing that we've gotten to a high quality commercial so far. Creativity? I'm gonna actually have to give it a 9. Marketing wise, I'll give it an 8. And for pricing, I'm going to give it an 8 as well. Therefore, I am giving this commercial a 25 out of 30. I think it was both creative and well executed, and it does reflect the price tag, and that's why it got the score.
He's got veiny hands.
I understand why his veins are popping out. Look how tight his watch is. Jeez, tight watch. Oh
You're
my
gonna cut off
god.
circulation. Needs to clean the nails a little bit, I'm sorry.
All right, first the veins, second the nails.
$30,000, you couldn't go get a manicure first?
I think your nails are fine.
Hey, tight watch, I respect you.
Oh, that's a pretty shot. Oh, that's it?
What? Holy, you spent $3,000 on this. Where is it? Heck, if that's what $3,000 costs, you may as well give me the money, Mr. Beast. I'll make you a $3,000 commercial for whatever this guy did. Man, you got ripped off on this. You guys know what I'm gonna be giving this on creativity. This is getting a 3 from me. As for marketing, it's going to get a 6. Just because there are tons of bars in it. I am giving this a price score of 3. I think this commercial was the biggest rip-off out of all of them. Giving this commercial a score of 12 out of 30.
For the $5,000 commercial. What's after 5K? The $10,000 commercial!
Yeah.
Loud equals funny.
If you were me 4 years ago.
Whoa! I thought that was not chocolate.
Are you eating my Feastables?
No, man. It wasn't me.
I can see it all over your face.
It isn't even feasible that I feasted on the Feastables.
I've been on the farm all day.
Oh yes, because it looks like you're dressed to be working on a farm. Heck, for $5,000 you couldn't invest in a pair of denim overalls?
Fantasizing about those Feastables. It's an entirely new formula.
It is. Brownie points for mentioning the new formula.
Brownie points for his cheetah print pants.
Hey, guys. Where's the dog? Told you.
Oh, now he's eating his Feastables.
It is better.
I don't like.
I love that.
Find your favorite flavor from milk chocolate, milky, milk crunch,
Milky.
Feastables. They're better than dog shit.
Okay, there is a lot to unpack with this one. It is funny. I will give it that. It is funny. And I do appreciate how it goes into talking about the bars, the chocolate bars. That I cannot ignore. However, there is one crucial element that I do not like at all in this commercial. Although it is funny, the last thing you want to do is compare a product to That is a horrible marketing strategy. If I am a consumer, never heard of Feastable, saw this air on TV, and you're comparing this candy bar to I'm not gonna buy it. I'm sorry, I am not. Because with that last phrase, it's better than dog basically tells me that the bar is as low as it gets. Basically what they're saying is, well, at least it's better than dog I mean, it could be worse. That is the image that I am getting. I feel like no one really took the time to look at the script when they were making this, because that is what I am receiving. That it could be worse, which is horrible to this brand. I will give this commercial an 8 out of creativity, just because I found it funny. However, I have to, in goodwill, have to give it a 5 on marketing. Even though it talked about the bars, which I so desired, it still compared this chocolate brand to dog shit. And it will be receiving a 7 from me on pricing, giving it a 20 out of 30.
How they used it.
This is so cool.
Whoa, it's got a dog. I'm already on board.
Tell me that my bad vibes are hitting the streets.
What is going on?
This is gonna change the world.
At some point, we'll see the Feastable's chocolate, I assume. Or not. Maybe they just Okay, there we go. We finally see the product.
Deliver these and make them smile. Hey!
Oh no.
What's in the briefcase, Happy Feet?
Okay, I see what you're cooking.
I'm gonna be saying that for the rest of my life. Oh look, they're doing good deeds now because they're Mr. Beast.
The world will never be happy.
Bro, what in the...
Did this guy think we wanted a movie? Because I told them I wanted a commercial.
That was a good shot.
Delivered to the world.
That was you.
That was it. They asked me to film that clip.
They literally went out of their way to ask you for a 1-second clip of you.
And you put in 1% effort into it.
Beast like a beast, Feastables.com.
That was a...
I will give it this. It is the most creative commercial that I've seen in this entire video so far. With that said, I will be giving it a 10 out of 10 on creativity. I really don't see anybody else topping that. Marketing, however, I'm going to have to give it a 6 out of 10 on marketing, just because it is way too long and people will click off the commercial or completely ignore it. As for pricing, I'm gonna have to give it a 10 out of 10. You can clearly see where the entire budget went. This automatically gives it the top spot of 26 out of 30.
Let's see what a $10,000 commercial is.
Better be good.
Halloween.
We got some trick-or-treaters.
Trick-or-treat!
They took the whole thing?
This guy looks like he'd steal some chocolate.
The product looks very good in that shot.
Oh no, bisexual lighting.
This is shot so well.
It's a pirate, oh gosh. Are they gonna steal more candy?
Trick or treat. I'm a banana.
He just can't get enough, can he?
Wait, watch, he's gonna re-ring it.
It's gonna have a different costume on.
Oh, I knew it.
Twinkle, twinkle.
Well, that's an image that's going to haunt me in my nightmares.
That was really uncomfortably gross.
Man, didn't I tell you to get trick-or-treat? Happy Halloween, fellas.
Yeah, that cowboy just looks like people I went to high school with.
That's him! That's the guy who stole my candy!
I'm down for this. I like this.
Feastable, world's best chocolate.
Now that we've seen the last commercial, it's time to rate it. Creativity-wise, I'm gonna give it a, how about a 9? Marketing-wise, let's go with a 7. Pricing, however, I'm gonna give it another 7. Giving it a score of 23 out of 30. Making the winner be this $5,000 one. However, my favorite commercial is the $2,000 one. Feel free to comment below which commercial was your favorite. Before I end this video, I just want to say real quick, Almond Feastables are the best Feastables out of all the Feastables. And you can't tell me different. If Mr. Beast were to get rid of these Almond Feastables, it would literally make me cry. Please don't get rid of these. They're my favorite ones.